Most governors, Mr. Senate President, I want to direct your attention, don't even have provision for security. And we are saying the executive governor of the state is the chief security officer of the state, and he takes certain amount of money in the monthly allocation of security to himself. This is not about your security. It's about security for whom, for who, and where. This money taken by the state governors should percolate and trickle down to security apparatus in the state. It's very painful that we lost life in Edo and many other places that have been mentioned by my distinguished colleagues. But without taking your time, I want to say that life is very priceless. This Senate can also close its eye. We have responsibility to come and say that the Senate is holding a national workshop conference where policy documents, knowledgeable documents, will come on board for distribution to the state government who doesn't have enough knowledge about security. Lastly, the issue of modern equipment to address security issues is very, very important. We cannot avoid not to use simple app to detect where people are. When I go to my village and I press my television, my own phone, I put an app here and I say how many guns are around. If it's more than 5, I won't sleep in that place. If it says 50 guns, then I have to disappear very quickly because I don't know what brings emergency guns around the village. But if it is 2 guns, I will sleep nicely. Maybe it's my police gun. But if the app is telling me 100 guns around me within 1 kilometer radius, I enter my car and disappear very quickly. So there is need to use this type of app. It doesn't cost anything. People should install it in their phone, and people must be encouraged. Nigerian people must take the security into their own hands. They should contribute. It can't be federal government all alone. 300 billion in the budget for securities. What about our own people? There is need for sensitization. We need to sensitize our people to also be conscious of their own security. Mr. Senate President, what about social corporate responsibility of oil companies? What are they doing? Banks. Can't we even take 1% of bank profits and invest in security? Should everything be dividend be shared by everybody? Federal government alone cannot do this. Security all over the country is responsibility of all. And I enjoy the Senate to take a firm stand. Bank profit, 1% can be invested in security of our nation. Thank you very much, very distinguished Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our serial patrons. Thank you for obeying the rules and for giving us the room all the time to express our views. And I think this view will go to Nigerians, and Nigerians are listening, that they too have to take their house. Senators here, when you receive your salary, 10% of salary should be invested in your own security, in your own personal security. Everything is not meant for dividend and eating and all that. Nothing can be more important than when we are alive. Thank you very much, and I commend the federal government for the 300 billion budget on the security. Thank you, Mr. Senate President.
Thank you, Professor of War. Distinguished Senator Plank, you want to add something? Otherwise, the motion seems straightforward.
Yes. And that of my constituent extend a profound condolence to the people of Edo East for this loss. But let me say, for the avoidance of doubt, Mr. President, banditry is not synonymous with northern Nigeria. There was no fact that banditry is moving from north to south. In fact, banditry is defined as an organized crime that involves the use of violence and threat to steal, plunder, and accumulate. That is banditry. It is not a northern thing, it is a national thing. And crime everywhere is a crime, whether in the north or the south. The example given by Right Excellency Adam Oshimole is not the right example, because when you see banditry, it happens even before the recent banditry issue. So it's a crime organized. But let me, in particular, take this very impressive matter, like the mover of the motion said, aware that the report attribute the attack to armed militants from nearby creeks who have allegedly been persistently accused of encroaching upon farmlands, looting produce, and unlawfully extorting farmers through coercion and intimidation. For the very first time, Mr. Senate President, this is not about herders-farmers clash, according to the sponsor of this particular motion. And therefore, we must see that as it is. And therefore, we must be able to tell the truth when the truth comes. These are people allegedly coming from the creeks. What is it? Well, the point I'm trying to make is to create a lead for the national security agencies that so far these people have been identified from coming from a particular creeks, and therefore that is there. But when we begin to say this is farmers' hardest crime, I think we're losing the argument. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
This was to the relevant security agencies, including the armed forces, so that they could flush them out from the place. But let us quickly go into the prayers. But before then, let me welcome the Deputy Senate President, DSP. I want to formally welcome you from the ECOWAS Parliament Retreat in Lagos, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. I noticed you came with Senator Dan Kwambo and Senator, the landlord, Senator Abiru, from Lagos now. So I hope on behalf of the 10th Senate, you were able to interact with your colleagues from ECOWAS. So I welcome you. You will report progress after this. So let's go into prayers. Prayer 1, deploy additional security personnel, including military and specialized tactical units, to restore and maintain law and order in the affected communities. Those in support of prayer 1 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 2, establish a permanent military base in the region to serve as a deterrent against further incursions and ensure sustainable security. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 3, cause an in-depth investigation into the circumstances surrounding the attack, ensuring that the perpetrators are apprehended and brought to justice. Cause an in-depth investigation. Since you already identified the location that they come from, Senator Emaswen, is it not enough for the security agencies to enter and flush them out? Do we need to investigate, address recurring issues of land disputes, illicit extortion, and intercommunal conflicts through legislative, security, and policy interventions? I think this is what we are here to do. Those in support of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. And finally, urge relevant humanitarian agencies to render assistance comprising food supplies, medical care, and temporary shelter to cater for the displaced and vulnerable persons who had to abandon their homes. Those in support of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. We are in sympathy with the coordinated assault on the farming communities in Edo South Senatorial District of Edo State, and indeed all other communities in Nigeria ravaged by banditry and insecurity. And we do hope that this, in most instances, resulting in loss of lives. We hope that this motion and the prayers we have so far taken will help our security agencies draw their attention to the relevant areas and assist us in ensuring that widespread killings, mass displacements, and loss of properties are affected. If any, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President.
urge the National Security Advisor to use the apparatus of his office to deploy to Edo State across the three senatorial districts to deal with this issue and all other issues of criminality in the three senatorial districts of Edo State. Those in support of this additional prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Let me once again thank distinguished Senator Neither Emaswen for bringing this to the fore. And like I said, pray that our resolutions today will be taken seriously by the operatives on the field, in all theaters of war, but also commend the armed forces, the police, the DSS, and others for daily sleeping in the bushes and assisting us in a very vast country like Nigeria to keep insecurity to the barest minimum. I believe that they are doing well, and we can only encourage them to do more. Our prayers are with them in this period of coincidence of fasting, where the Lent has started, and the Muslims are also in their prayer period. May God also assist them to assist us, and may God protect us where we cannot protect ourselves. Can we say amen? I thank you. Leader of the Senate.